kick it off, I just wanted to know your background in the sport. So, were you professional when you were younger, or?
Yeah, I was. Even to schoolboy level, I was an S form, which the S stands for school forum, which way back in the day when I was at school, when I was 14, I signed a schoolboy forum for Dundee United.
Right.
So John McGlynn was the manager up there then, and we used to go up there school holidays, Easter and summer and things like that. And that takes you between 14 and 16. So at 16 they make a decision on whether they're going to take you on as an apprentice or not.
Right, okay.
So I was unfortunate I didn't get a contract at that time at Dundee United. So I was playing on a boys club team, Musselburgh Windsor, and that then was under 18 at that time. But I was in my first year under 18, because you go through 16 to 18, so you get a couple of years under 18. And in my first year, started off very well, and I actually got a trial for Raith Rovers out here. Gordon Wallace was the manager, and I played well. I scored a couple of goals from midfield, and however there was a Bolton Wanderers scout watching, and by the weekend I was doing it in Bolton. I played a game for them, they liked what they saw. I went back down for another game in midweek, and again I did quite well, and I then signed for Bolton Wanderers as like a 17-year-old. So I was professional, but I didn't actually break through into the first team. I was there about 18 months as a sort of young professional, but never broke in the first team. And over that 18-month period, it kind of became, you could see that maybe I wasn't going to be at that particular level.
Right, okay.
So I came back up to Scotland. Berwick Rangers, they were a part-time team as they are now. They were managed by Frank Connor, who was to go on and manage Raith Rovers also. So I went to Berwick. Frank was the manager, and I had 3 years at Berwick. Probably, as I say, I was 17 when I went down there. I was there 18 months, so you're looking at 18 and a half, 19. 3 years, you're looking at 21, 22. When I was at Berwick, leaving Berwick, I went to Musselburgh Juniors. Billy Brown was the manager of Musselburgh Juniors. Billy was friends with Jim Jeffries, and then over a period of time they became Jim Jeffries manager of Berwick. Billy was the assistant, then they went to Falkirk, and then they went to Hearts. So there's a connection there that will crop up further in this discussion. So I was at Musselburgh Juniors for a year or a couple of years, and then I went to Whitehall Welfare. I was playing, and then I started coaching. My brother started up a boys club team called Lothian United, so they were under 13s, and I started coaching under 13s. That particular team, under 13s, they went next year under 14s, the year after that under 15s, the year after that under 16s, and we had 2 years at under 18. So we took the team all the way up through. We were very successful, very good team, very good club. But then I went to manage with East FC's Lily in what was the old East of Scotland League. It is still the East of Scotland League, but there's different forms of it now with the Lowland League and such like things. So I was there for a year or so, and then I went to Musselburgh Juniors as manager.
Right.
So kind of co-managers with Dave McGovern, the two of us were working together, and there was an opportunity to join Hearts. Billy Brown got in contact with me. That was the start of the under 16 youth initiative a way back, so we're talking in 1995 now. Looking at 1995 was the start of 95, 96 probably. So I got involved with Hearts, working with the under 16s 2 nights a week, and it became on a Sunday. So in November 98, I became full-time with Hearts. Paul Hegarty was like first team coach at Hearts. He went to work with Aberdeen with Alec Miller. Peter Houston, who was the reserve team, youth team coach, he moved up to be a reserve team coach, and I managed to get in at full-time level with Hearts in the November of 98. So we're talking 20 years ago. I went full-time, in November '98.
So was that with the first team in full time?
It was the under 18 team.
Right, okay.
Now I was involved
So
with
kind of like a development squad type of thing.
Yeah, it'd be the equivalent of a development squad now. So it was the under 18 team. So I started to be in control of them, coach them, just like the young apprentices here. You know, so you can coach them, can you look after them, all that type of thing. And so that was me on a full-time professional ladder, if you want, and over a period of 11 years from starting there in '95 to leaving there in November 2006 to come to Raith Rovers for my first period as Raith Rovers manager. You know, obviously a long sort of apprenticeship, working with that team, working with the reserve team, being caretaker manager on 3 different occasions, being assistant manager to the team that won the cup and split Celtic and Rangers in the league in 2005, qualifying for the Champions League qualifying group stages, knockout stages. So done a lot in that period of time, and then obviously coming to the Rovers in 2006, and obviously, you know, we had a good 5.5 years there, great 5.5 years here, and I went to Hearts back as manager. And it didn't last so long. Hearts were in a difficult time financially, and that was a difficult time. So although we got to a cup final with Hearts, they parted the company with myself in February 2014 it was, thereafter I went to Livingston in it was September of that year, and I was at Livingston for about 15 months as manager, and again taken to the final of the Challenge Cup, Petrofac at the time, I think it was, maybe Ramsden's, but anyway. And thereafter I went to join Celtic, and that's where I've worked for the last 3 3/4 years before I came back to the Rovers in September of this year. That was involved in recruitment. For the first 1.5 years I was involved in scouting, going all over Europe, scouting players, looking at games, looking at players. When Brendan Rodgers came in 2.25, going towards 2.5 years ago, I started working on the opposition, so watching all the teams that Celtic are going to play and doing reports, you know, directly to the manager and his coaching staff prior to all the games. And then, as I say, up until something like the 24th of September, I did that, and then I rejoined Raith Rovers,
Came back.
Here we are now.
Perfect. So as you mentioned earlier, you like being out on the training pitch and stuff. What was your could you describe your coaching process when you're taking a training session?
Well, it depends on the theme is what we're trying to achieve. You know, it will certainly determine, you know, the team that we're playing against. Do the team play a high line? Do we want to play in behind them? Do they play deep? So do we need to break them down? You know, so we would be training specifically to play against a particular opposition.
So you would later on in the week you would probably put in more deliberate practice towards that.
Yeah, we'd be working on phases of play to identify and to exploit weaknesses in the opposition and going over things. I like to be organised, you know. I like to be organised right from, like this morning we've looked at some video analysis. This is Tuesday, and this morning we've already looked at video analysis of our opponents at the weekend, Queen's Park. So we've highlighted their style of play, we've highlighted what they'll do at set plays, and we've highlighted areas to exploit already. We've went and worked on certain aspects of our game that we want to do at the weekend, and that will be built up on Thursday, and then it will be kind of nailed, if you want of a better word, on Friday. And we will go over all our set plays on Friday. So today is normally quite a strenuous day, an endurance day. We will work very, very hard at the same time as doing what I've just said. and the players will have to Wednesday off. Tomorrow, Thursday we'll come in, we'll do some more video analysis on the opposition, and we will be building up the training towards playing them on the Saturday, which again we'll be looking at how we can perfect the way that we want to play to get better at what we do, and to exploit the opposition.
Obviously we've been in uni and stuff, we've looked at different types of literature that identify different coaching processes. I don't know if you've used this one or are aware of it, but it's the plan, do, review. You probably have used it like unconsciously, so it's where you're obviously planning for the session, you implement that with the do part, and then you're constantly reviewing it as the session goes on. Do you ever use that, or is that subconscious in your mind that you always do that during the training sessions?
Yeah, well, for example, we worked on something this morning that it was counter-attack theme.
Yeah.
We had 14 outfield players and 2 goalkeepers, so in the middle section of the pitch we had a 7v7 where they had to make 8 passes before they could actually then go through and attack the goal, and we found that the 8 passes was taking too long to get the transition that we're looking for. So after 5 minutes or so you're saying, like, hold it here, we're not really getting exactly what we want for this session because it's becoming more possession related and we're not really getting a counter attack. So we cut that to 4 passes. So you're reviewing it as you go along, and by cutting it to 4 passes, it meant that we were going to get this transition to work quicker.
And does that relieve boredom as well? Because obviously if they're not getting the 8 passes, they're obviously not going to be as motivated. So with the 4 passes, it's quick. And
we weren't getting out the session what we were trying to achieve, which was getting beyond a defence to attack the goal. In the 8 passes. We had done it previously and we didn't put any particular passes on it. I thought 8 would maybe slow it down because it just became like a long ball game previously. So probably the 4 passes was quite good because you can get them in very quickly, and then you're looking to play through the opposition, breaking the lines and getting counter attacks.
So how would you deem this approach to be successful? Is it with the success you're getting out of the training session, or whether we scored a counter attack and goal from at the weekend?
Ideally it would be from what happens at the weekend, ideally, because that would be the be all and end all is winning the football match, and by winning the football match, if you score goals, you've got a better chance of doing that. So that's what we're aiming to do.
So as a manager, you've got to have some sort of character. What type of leader would you describe yourself as?
Well, a hard-working leader who has discipline and standards. I say that having been sent off against East Fife, but generally, I think I set good standards of discipline. Look to be very, very well organised. Look to give the players every bit of information that they need to win the football match. Be able to relate to the players, listen to the players, and take on their feedback. I think I'm very open. The door's always open for anyone to come in and talk. I would like to think one who manages as well, who has an organisation who sets good standards, who wants to play good football, and I want to provide an environment that they want to be here, that they enjoy coming here and enjoy coming back.
How do you correct technical mistakes within players?
Well, I suppose you would go over training really more and more in different aspects of it. You would, if you're not holding the ball up, then you have to go and look at aspects of why you're not holding the ball up. We can look at video analysis. Yeah. We can show players in video analysis, like in the 33rd minute the ball came up to you, it came off you. Now was your body position in a position that you could actually control the ball? Did you have some resistance? Was the defender so tight to you that you couldn't control the ball? What could you have done to lose the defender? Could you gain a yard or two? Could you check away and then come a bit later? On receiving the ball, can you take the impact out the ball? Like if I'm solid, the ball bounces off me, can I make it a cushion? Can I cushion it by taking the ball on my instep rather than my laces type thing? Mm-hmm. So you can look at the aspects, you can take them in and show them with analysis, you can take them on the training ground. I can go and then, or within a drill, not part of an overall session, but drill balls up to, fire balls up, try balls up into the, if it's a striker who's not holding the ball up, and getting them, a defender next to him, close to him. You would try to reproduce situations that would be developed or would be created on the pitch to make it game-like, but so they're going to get actually better at the technique.
Do you have any role models, like managers you look up to? If so, why?
Yeah, I think in my era, you're probably looking at Alex Ferguson with Manchester United being like the best, what he done was phenomenal, and to be at the football club, a big massive football club, with players who are multi-millionaires probably, to get them to continue to win and win European Cups and Champions Leagues and Premiership titles, Premier League titles, whatever it may be, phenomenal. And the way about his business, the standards that he set, and very much disciplinarian as well, not taking any nonsense. If he felt there was people in the dressing room that weren't going to, do what he wanted, he would just, over a period of time, he would move them on type thing,
yeah.
So just the total way that he would manage successfully a massive football club, but also from the fact that he started away down and he worked his way up from East Stirling, I think St Mirren, Aberdeen, and going through that, and I think I've kind of done a wee bit of that as well by working in youth and juniors football, and East of Scotland football, and then professional youth, and going up through it. You went through all the stages, and certainly look up to Alex Ferguson. I think he's a role model for anyone of my era.
Speaking about Sir Alex Ferguson, he's known for his hairdryer treatment. How do you, as a coach, manage a situation that's emotionally charged?
Obviously there's one just 2 weeks ago at East Life. Yeah. I think you've got to manage that as well. Sometimes you need a reaction from players. Sometimes it has to be done. Sometimes you do create that. Sometimes it's quite natural. You're annoyed and your frustration comes out. Yeah, but I think it's more and more. It doesn't necessarily work. The younger generation don't always, or relate to it. It's you've got to be a bit more in control and a bit more informative, giving more information rather than just ranting and raving, and giving good instructions, giving good points across at half time. As I say, we use a lot of good analysis here. We're showing the players, repetitively about things that have maybe no went quite right. So there are moments where Sir Alex Ferguson would have the hairdryer treatment, and there's no doubt over a period of time that I've punched tactic balls and wee blue marker men and red men have been lying all over the floor and what have you. That's happened over a period of time. It's not happened here yet on this occasion, but I think you've got to pick and choose your moments. Sometimes frustration gets too much, but I think at the same time you need to be in control.
Do you see a difference in your coaching behaviours in trainings to games? If so, how?
Well, games are pressurised, aren't they? Games, there's pressure on games, and of course that is the main difference. In training you can be a bit more relaxed, because as much as you're trying to prepare for the game on a Saturday and be in the same kind of environment, it is different, because you don't have any fans in wherever you're training. There's no fans in your training. There's no crowd. There's no, if you want, pressure on you. There's no real atmosphere type thing.
Yeah.
People can relax, and sometimes that's good. You'll get, you'll heard the expression about the player who was great in training, but never turned up on a Saturday. You get these players who are like that, and obviously you can get the opposite, players who don't train particularly well, but they turn up on a Saturday and they do magic, and it's difficult. But I think people relax in training, and sometimes you get the best out of them in that. So there is a difference, because I think the Saturday's a pressure. There's 3 points at stake, or there's getting through the next round of a cup, and there's a bonus to be got, or whatever.
Yeah. Would you be able to describe your coaching philosophy to me?
Yeah. I like to see good football. I like to go and watch good football. What is that though? For me, that means that you're passing the ball, you're playing from the back, you're playing through midfield, you're wanting something that's going to be pleasing on the eye. But it's got to be with a purpose, a don't necessarily like just to pass the ball and remain in your own half. I think you have to ask questions of the opposition. So I like to play from the back. You have to also, my philosophy can be anything and everything I want it to be, but if we're talking my philosophy, yeah, that's great. But if we're talking about, if you don't have the players to do that, you have to adapt.
Definitely.
You have to adapt to that. So if my philosophy, yeah, I want to pass the ball. I want players who are comfortable on the ball. I want players who want to take the ball. I want players who are ready to combine in every area of the pitch quickly at the far end of the pitch, where it gets down to the business end, at the top end of the pitch, where you're then looking at creating goal scoring opportunities and taking goal scoring opportunities. So there it becomes really, really slick and quick and dynamic.
Yeah.
So that is what I would like my team to play. I want my goalkeeper to play out for the back. However, we kind of were doing that. We were doing that when we had certain players in the team. When you take these certain players out of the team, sometimes you've got to adapt and go a different way. And we've also done that. So that's fair play to the players that they've managed to adapt to that also. Hopefully in time we can get, if you put the right ingredients into the pie, you've got a fair chance of getting a good pie, and it's going to be the same here. If you can get the best players on the pitch consistently, then I think the product will get better, and hopefully results go along with that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we are certainly putting something in place that the players can be adaptable to go from one formation to another without too much trouble and still win football matches. But
so would you say that the demands of the environment do alter your philosophy as well as your experience? Has that changed? Has it changed your philosophy from start to where you are now? Like when you were coaching back at the East of Scotland League, was your philosophy still the same?
No, well, it's changed. Probably up and down, probably, because when you're involved in youth, you really have to go through the proper way to play, because the results are not necessarily the be-all and end-all. When you're trying to produce players, when you're trying to develop players, then the style of play is very, very important.
So what would you say the proper way to play is, in your eyes?
Yeah, it's passing the ball. It's passing the ball from the back, from the goalkeeper to the defenders, who will centre back split down the bottom end of the box, full backs get into a position high and wide, central midfield players drop down to either receive the ball from the goalkeeper or from the centre backs who have received the ball. The wide players coming into pockets, into areas where they're going to take defenders out of their comfort zone, out of their slots, making holes in defence, and one striker playing off another, forming a number 10 and a number 9 that can combine together. Wingers who are nippy, quick, tricky, entertain fans, who can go both ways ideally. Once you can come in the pitch, you find in the modern day game there's a lot of right-footed players will play on the left, there's a lot of left-footed players will play on the right, so that they come in. That leaves space for the full-back to overlap, which we want to do also. And from there you're looking at combined combinations to break through a stubborn defence, to get in behind, to create opportunities to cross or shoot at the goal. So I can visualise that in my mind as I'm talking, because that's what we want to do, and that looks all very nice. But as I say, at youth level you're kind of developing players like that. As soon as you become a manager, then that's all very good. If you can achieve that, then you're probably Manchester City or Barcelona or Real Madrid or someone like that. However, even at a lower level, if you get the right players in at that particular level, then you can still produce quality football.
Okay, how would you describe your coach-athlete relationship with the players you've got there now?
Yeah, I'm enjoying working here. We've came in and hopefully gave the players a base that they know what we're looking for, an environment that they're comfortable in and happy to be in. As I said earlier, I want them to come in and want to come to training knowing that the quality of the training is going to be good, that they're going to be encouraged to pass the ball and express themselves.
So do you think the style of play that you're trying to adapt with the team is trying to create that positive coach-athlete relationship with them, so the style is suited to their needs, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of been describing, is that I see the players here being capable to play the game. When I came here in the first probably 3-4 games, we passed the ball for fun, and then we lost like Regan Henry, we lost Louis Vaughan, two real key players, and since then we've probably not passed the ball as well. So, but I feel that the team is suited to playing that particular style of football, and I think when we did, I think that the fans would be appreciative of that. So I think you're not going to please everyone all the time, because there'll be some people who wouldn't necessarily say old fashioned, but you'll get the shout in every stand across the country, lump it up the pitch, and it's not constructive. It's not necessarily what the coach wants to do, because we would rather be in control of the ball rather than lumping it up. We do understand that just getting the ball at the pitch, a defender can make a mistake or whatever, so that's more luck than being, constructed by playing good football, having tactics to get into an area of the pitch where you're going to exploit the opposition, and that's what we're trying to get. And the players have been very receptive to that, and of course that's what we're kind of getting at, that they, I feel they can play that type of game. We've got two good wingers, we've got a good striker, Kevin Nisbet, top goal scorer in the league. Defensively, we are not managing quite to get this clean sheet, but that's the aim, is to try and get some clean sheets. But that's a whole team defending as a team. I think we've got the nucleus of the team there, and we're playing the right style of football, and the players also feel comfortable playing in that style. So yes, I think that the relationship between myself and the players is good, and I'm looking for it, by winning consistently, that everyone will also feel good about it.
So in terms of interacting with the players you've got, do you interact differently with the different ages? So there's obviously a mixed ages in the squad, there's apprentices, and there's players like Benny and Davo. Do you interact with them differently?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, you have to be patient with younger players. You have to be patient, because they will make mistakes. So try not to put too much pressure on them, but we are in a pressurised environment. But you have to be careful with that. The more experienced players, then you respect the fact that they've been in the game for a long time, and they've also played some of them have played at a higher level, and are in some instances maybe just going down the levels again, maybe to go back up. Yeah, I mean, we do. You will speak. I will pull like Liam Buchanan, Nat Wedderburn, Ian Davison, Kyle Benedictus, along with myself, Paul Smith, and we'll sit down and we'll say, after maybe even the first day, pull them in and say, right, we're just here, what can you tell us about what you do and how things have been going and whatever, and then maybe after a month you pull them back in again. All right, guys, we've been here a month, what do you think? So you're kind of using your experienced players to get feedback. Get feedback on how they think things are going, how's your training going, is it good, is it bad, is it different, what can we do differently, all aspects. What about the food that you're getting to eat, is it what you expect, is it not what you expect, so you get your core group of players to feedback, rather than maybe getting like 16, 20 different opinions. You get a nucleus between that kind of group, so you'll speak to them on 1-to-1s, 4v2, whatever it may be. So yeah, and you'll be a bit more receptive to that, because they've gained experience. At the same time though, in a match day situation, you've got to be in command, you've got to have discipline, you've got to be able to come and go a wee bit, but you've also got to show that you're the boss, or you don't want people trampling all over the top of you. So there has to be, they have to realise who the manager is and the standards that he sets, that he sets, and how you can be part of that.
Do you feel that your coach-athlete relationship has improved over your like the time you've managed? Do you value it more than what you did at the start, or did you just value it the same going along?
No, you probably learn. You probably learn. I mean, when you're younger and coaching, you know, you sometimes you can. We're all different, of course, but you can be a little bit quick to do things. You know, you learn over a period of time to be a little bit more patient, and you know, on odd occasions you've got to turn a blind eye to certain things just because it will cause confrontation that you may not need. You know, I think confrontation will find you. There is at times no real point having to go and try and make confrontation. I think sometimes, rightly or wrongly, I think you've got to give a wee blind eye, and then that's how you can manage things. And then maybe you'll pull somebody and say, look, I wasn't particularly happy with that earlier on there, but you know, make sure it doesn't happen again, and on you go. So you've got to manage things, and I've learned that over the years. It comes with experience. Every single situation that you think could crop up, you know, over this 20-year period of professional, you know, I was involved in youth football, as I've mentioned earlier, before that. So I'm 20 years coaching professional full time. I was probably coaching for 10 years before that, you know. So in these situations, you're dealing with parents. You're dealing with young football players, young guys, 10, 11, 12, 13. You're dealing with parents. Parents can sometimes be the most difficult people to actually to deal with. Yeah. And so when you're coaching away down in these, you're learning so much how to deal with people, even although sometimes you don't realise it. And so you learn and you build up this vast experience of how to deal with people, how to deal with situations, how to deal with board of directors, how to deal with media, how to deal with agents. Agents are a big part of the game, and they can be a distraction. They can be a nuisance to you because, you know, you might want to re-sign a player and the agent might say, no, I want to take him away, you know, and you've put all the work in at times to a particular player, and, you know, he's going to just walk out the door, and, you know, this can be kind of frustrating as well. So there's a number of aspects that come into how you deal with things. When I was younger, would have been more snappier and more, you know, and have over a period of time, you can be mellowed, calm down, realise that certain situations will work themselves out without you having to go and rant and rave and all that type of thing.